The skies above Earth were calm until they weren't. It started with a vibration. Small at first, like distant thunder. Birds stopped flying. Dogs howled. And then the clouds began to split. Above every major city on Earth, enormous alien ships appeared. Long, sharp, and glowing with blue lights, they hovered like shadows from a nightmare. They didn't fire. They didn't speak. They simply watched. In New York, a little girl looked up and asked her father, "Are they here to play?" Her father didn't answer. No one had answers. Not yet. An hour later, a loud voice echoed across every screen, device, and satellite feed. The message came in perfect English, too perfect, like it had been rehearsed for centuries. People of Earth, bow before the Galactic Empire. Your world is now under our glorious rule. Submit peacefully, and you may serve us with pride. Resist, and be forgotten. The voice sounded deep, proud, and completely serious. On Earth, silence followed. And then someone laughed. It was a teenager live streaming from Tokyo. He couldn't hold it in. "Is this Star Wars fan fiction?" he said between giggles. His clip went viral in minutes. Across social media, humans started joking. Memes exploded. Hashtags like #SpaceKaren and #Empire of Clones started trending. People added fake emperor filters to their videos, mocking the speech. The Empire had demanded fear. Earth gave them comedy. The galactic envoys, orbiting Earth in their polished golden ships, were confused. Their commander, Lord Vakar, stood tall in his decorated armor, glaring at the human feeds. "This is disrespect," he shouted, slamming his fist into the table. "Where is their fear?" A younger officer leaned forward. "Perhaps they don't understand our power yet, my lord." Lord Vasher snarled. "Then we shall show them." He raised his hand. "Prepare the sky blaze. Let them see what we can do." The next morning, people woke up to news alerts. One of Earth's uninhabited moons, a dull rock orbiting Saturn, had been destroyed. Shattered into dust. The Empire released another message. "Let that be your warning. This is only a taste of our power." Humans responded exactly how the Empire didn't expect. They laughed harder. "Cool," someone posted. "You blew up a rock. We blow things up every week on accident." A late-night comedian joked, "Congratulations, aliens. You just attacked a rock that's been lonely for millions of years." He was the real victim here. The Galactic Empire was losing control of the message, and they didn't even understand why. On Earth, military leaders met in secret. General Malik, head of Earth Defense Command, watched the alien broadcast with arms crossed. "They're old," he said finally. "Their uniforms, language, and style, it's outdated. They expected fear because they always got it before. And now?" Asked his second in command. Malik smiled. "Now they've met humans. In orbit." Lord Vakar paced angrily. "Why aren't they bowing? Where is the panic?" One of his advisors hesitated. "There is something unusual about this species. They seem to respond to threat with mockery." Vakar stared. "Mockery? Yes, my lord, their laughter. Maybe a defense. A cultural reflex to hide strength. Or perhaps they truly see us as weak." Silence filled the command room. Weak? The Galactic Empire hadn't been called that in thousands of years. Later that day, Earth responded officially. A single video, broadcasted to the alien ships. A human woman appeared on screen. Calm, dressed simply. She spoke slowly. "Dear Galactic Empire, we thank you for your dramatic entrance. Earth appreciates the show, but we are not afraid. We are not impressed. And most of all," she paused, smiled, "we are not laughing with you. We are laughing at you." Then she winked. The video ended. In the Empire's command center, Lord Vaker's hand shook. She dares mock us? In front of the stars? But even he couldn't ignore the facts. Earth hadn't even fired back. They didn't need to. Their response laughter was worse than any weapon. It meant the Empire was being seen not as powerful, but as pathetic. And deep in space, on distant worlds under the Empire's control, oppressed species were watching too, secretly, quietly. One alien whispered, "The humans are not afraid." Another added, "Maybe we shouldn't be either." Asterisk. The Galactic Empire had never been mocked before. After Earth's bold video, confusion and anger swept through the Empire's orbiting fleet. Their pride was wounded, their threats ignored, their power questioned. Lord Vaker stared at the hologram of the human woman who had spoken. Her calm voice, her smile, it was like poison to his pride. "Enough jokes," he growled. "Let's put on a real show." Within hours, a grand message was prepared, broadcasted across Earth in all languages. "Humans, you laugh at what you do not understand. But now, you will witness the true glory of the Galactic Empire. Watch, and remember your place." They called it the Galactic Theater. Dozens of Empire warships began glowing. Shields shimmered. Weapon bays opened like blooming flowers. Energy arcs danced between their ships as they formed patterns in the sky. Massive holograms displayed their history. Battles won, planets conquered, species enslaved. It was a display meant to cause awe. DIDN single quotes T. People across Earth were unimpressed. A teenager from Brazil recorded it all while munching chips. "Bro, this looks like a bad Mobile Game ad." In Paris, someone edited the holograms and added clown music. The video hit 50 million views in under 2 hours. And then, Earth struck back, not with weapons, but with an invitation. General Malik sent a secure message to the Empire's command ship. "You showed us your theater. Now come and visit ours." Vakar narrowed his eyes. "A trap?" "No," said one of his advisors. "A challenge." After some debate, the Empire accepted. A diplomatic team would land in a neutral zone in northern Canada, chosen for open airspace and heavy security. The transport ship descended like a god's chariot. Sparkling lights, honor guards, armor polished until it hurt to look. The hatch opened. The Empire's envoys walked out in long robes, golden masks, and massive shoulder armor. They expected fear, silence, trembling hands. What they got was a simple welcome, and 5 humans standing with straight backs, warm jackets, and amused faces. One of them, a young man named Commander Reed, stepped forward and smiled. "Welcome to Earth. Hope you enjoyed your fireworks." They were led into an underground command center. What the Galactic envoys saw there changed everything. Walls lined with hard data, real-time battle simulations, images of Earth's hidden warships, footage of laser weapons slicing through asteroids, AI-guided drone fleets, quantum cloak tech. The Empire had shown art. Earth showed reality. VA Corps' team tried to stay proud, but it was impossible. Earth was not behind the Empire in technology. It was ahead. Commander Reed pointed at one screen. It showed a Terran stealth battleship, silent and invisible in space, already stationed above the Empire's home system watching. "You see," he said calmly, "we didn't laugh because we're weak. We laughed because your entrance looked like a school play." One Empire envoy broke into a cold sweat. "And that rock you blew up near Saturn?" Reed continued. "We had mining bots there. They finished their work weeks ago. Thanks for the cleanup." The room was silent. For the first time, the Empire's pride cracked. VA Corps' lead advisor whispered, "They knew we were coming. They planned this." Outside, Alien ships still floated in Earth's skies, unaware that they were now in range of Earth's orbital defense grid. The Galactic theater had been turned around. Humans didn't need to scream or threaten. They simply showed truth, quiet strength, real power. As the diplomatic meeting ended, Reed walked with one of the Empire envoys. The envoy said softly, "Why didn't you attack us?" Reed looked up at the sky. "Because we don't start wars. We end them, usually with silence." He paused, and sometimes with laughter. Back on the Empire ship, Vakor watched Earth's footage again, this time in silence. He couldn't deny it anymore. Earth was not a joke. It was the punchline. And the galaxy had just begun to hear it. Asterisk. The Galactic Empire ship returned to orbit in silence. Inside the command chamber, Lord Vacher sat in his golden chair, his hands shaking. His armored gloves clicked against the armrest. He watched the Earth footage again, this time without sound. He didn't need sound. The images alone spoke louder than any words. Powerful Terran warships hidden in deep space. Advanced weapon systems the Empire didn't even understand. Humans smiling during negotiations. And worst of all, they weren't afraid. That scared him more than any SUPERWEAPON. Behind him, his lead advisor entered quietly. "My lord," he said, bowing, "we have received word from the capital. The Empress demands a full report. She expected Earth's submission. She will not be pleased." Vakar didn't reply at first. Then he said, "Have the other species seen this?" The advisor nodded slowly. "Yes, my lord. The diplomatic event was leaked. Half the galaxy has already seen Earth's response. Some think it's a joke, others a revolution. On a mining world far away, slaves secretly watched a shaky stream of the Earth meeting. One alien, old and tired, wiped a tear from his eye. They laughed at the Empire," he whispered. "They laughed, ... and lived." Another younger alien nodded. "Maybe they can do what we never could." And on a distant planet ruled by fear, a group of rebels changed their flag. It now had one symbol, a Terran smile. Back in orbit, panic was growing. The Empire's commanders wore perfect uniforms and cold expressions, but inside they were cracking. Their armor couldn't hide the truth anymore. One by one, internal messages began to spread. Earth is not like other planets. They have weapons we cannot detect. They never fired once, yet we lost. Some younger officers began whispering, "What if we are no longer the top species?" Lord Vakar summoned his inner circle. "We must control this narrative." He growled, "If we admit fear, the Empire collapses." "But what if Earth forces the truth?" asked one Captain. Vakar leaned forward. "Then we smile," he said slowly, "and we lie through our teeth." A new message was sent to Earth. This time, it came with fake smiles and exaggerated praise. "Glorious Earth, we admire your strength and welcome you as equals. The Empire sees you as a strong partner for future peace." Earth's response? A simple image. A banana duct taped to a warhead with a caption, "We're flattered." The meme broke the Empire's diplomatic AI system. It tried to translate the joke for 5 hours and crashed. In Earth's underground command, General Mullick chuckled as he saw the message. He turned to Commander Reed. "They're sweating under those robes now." Reed nodded. "They'll pretend to be allies, but we know they're scared. The real war's already started, and it's not fought with weapons." Mullick smiled. "It's fought with perception. And we just won the first battle." Meanwhile, in the Empire's capital, the Empress watched everything on her private screen. Her red eyes narrowed. "This laughter," she said slowly, "is not just humor. It is defiance, and defiance spreads like fire." She turned to her high generals. "Prepare the inner fleet. Quietly, we may need to crush Earth before the galaxy. Seize them as leaders. The generals bowed. But outside, the stars were already whispering Earth's name. Not in fear, in hope. Asterisk, a signal moved through space like a whisper in the dark. Not loud. Not official. But it reached more ears than any Empire broadcast ever had done. It was called the Secret Feed. It wasn't created by Earth. It wasn't sent by any government. No, this signal came from an unknown source, bouncing between satellites, stolen transmitters, rebel outposts, even pirate stations. What did it show? The full, unedited footage of the Galactic Empire's meeting with Earth. And most importantly, human laughter. Across the galaxy, in hidden places where people lived in fear, aliens watched in silence. They saw the proud Empire ships float over Earth cities. They heard the grand speeches. They witnessed the threats. And then they heard the humans laugh. Truly laugh. Not nervous, not forced, but real. For many alien species who had been under the Empire's boot for generations, it felt like watching a god trip and fall on stage. On the farming world of Ravax, a group of alien workers gathered around a tiny screen made from scrap. One of them, old and scarred, whispered, "They're not afraid." Another added, "And they made the Empire look small." In a dark rebel base hidden in asteroid shadows, a young alien warrior clenched her fists. They didn't need to fire a single shot, she said. They used words and laughter. Her commander looked at her. Then maybe we don't need ships to start either. Maybe we just need a message. On Earth, they didn't know about the secret feed. Not yet. They were too busy analyzing the Empire's last message, the one filled with fake compliments and smiles. General Malik sat in a dark room, studying data on holograms. Commander Reed entered. "They're trying to control the narrative. Say we're allies. Pretend this was peaceful." Malik nodded. "But their voice trembles when they speak. They know the truth." Reed sat down. "Should we respond?" Malik shook his head. "No. Let the galaxy speak for us now." And the galaxy was speaking. In the Empire's inner circle, panic deepened. The Empress received reports that the secret feed had reached more than 80% of the galaxy's border colonies. Unrest was rising. More planets were starting to question the Empire's strength. Some were canceling tribute payments. Some refused patrol visits. And others? They had started painting smiling human faces on their walls. The symbol was growing. The laugh had become a weapon. To stop the spread, the Empire launched cyber warfare AI to shut down the feed. It failed. Then they tried to track the source. Still failed. Some group was helping the humans, even if Earth didn't know it yet. An Imperial advisor looked pale as he said, "My Empress, this may not be Earth's doing. The galaxy is reacting on its own." She stared ahead, cold and furious. Then the galaxy has forgotten its place. Meanwhile, on Earth, Reed was contacted secretly. An encrypted message appeared on his private console. It was short. No voice, just text. "We believe in your laughter. Tell us what comes next." He stared at the words. Another message appeared. "We are not the only ones." Reed looked at Malik. "Sir, I think the galaxy is listening." "Actually listening." Malik smiled. "Then it's time they hear more." Within 24 hours, Earth's first unofficial reply was launched. A simple video. A human child looking up at the phone. Empire's warships in the sky. She smiled, then turned to the camera and said, "You can't scare someone who has already survived." Worse, no music. No special effects. Just the truth. And truth was harder to stop than any starship. In bunkers. In slums. On royal planets. In battle zones. Aliens watched the girl's message, and something dangerous began to grow. Hope. The secret. Feed lit up once more now, with millions of voices joining in. Not screaming, not crying, laughing, asterisk. The Galactic Empire had run out of patience. The Empress sat on her throne, surrounded by silent guards in black armor. Her claws tapped the edge of her golden seat as another report came in. 2 more colonies have refused tribute. Resistance. Cells are spreading faster. The human girl's video has been viewed over 5 billion times. She stood slowly. Enough, she hissed. If Earth's laughter becomes a banner, we burn the banner down. A final message was sent to Earth. No masks. No fake smiles this time. The Empire's voice was hard, angry, and sharp like a blade. Earth, this is your last chance. Bow now, or we will erase you. You will not laugh again. Your cities, your skies, your people gone. It was not just a warning. It was an ultimatum. Across Earth. News networks replayed it over and over. Some citizens grew tense, some afraid. But most rolled their eyes. In the Terran Defense Command Center, General Malik leaned on the table, reading the transcript. Commander. Reed walked in. They sound like a spoiled child throwing a tantrum. Malik nodded. Exactly what I was thinking. But they're serious, Reed said. They're scared, and scared leaders do stupid things. Malik turned to the war map. So let's show them why their fear is justified. He tapped the console. A hidden ship icon appeared on the map 1 that hadn't been shown before. In deep space, far beyond Earth's solar system. A silent object moved. It was blacker than space. No signal, no noise, no light. But inside, the ship breathed not like a machine, but like a creature. The TD's Revenant. Earth's ghost ship. A warship built for one purpose. Silent annihilation. And now, it was moving. Destination. The Galactic Throne World. Back in orbit, the Empire's ships waited for Earth's reply. Instead, they received only one file. A short video. It showed a blank sky. Then slowly, a single word appeared. Okay. That was it. No weapons fired. No armies moved. Just a calm, one-word reply. The Empire's command ship trembled as confusion spread. What does it mean? One officer asked, Are they surrendering? Another asked. Lord Vaker's face went pale. He understood. They're not giving in. They're ready. Hours passed. Earth remained quiet. But then, something happened on the throne world. A shadow appeared in their sky. Not fast, not loud, just their sensors didn't detect it. Their satellites didn't track it. But their eyes saw it. A long black ship, floating without sound. No energy signals. No known design. And painted on its side, in bright white letters, TDS Revenant. The palace panicked. The Empress screamed orders. Activate planetary defenses. Bring down that ship. But nothing worked. Missiles vanished before they hit. Lasers never reached it. Worse, gravity itself around the ship began to bend. The sky darkened. Not from clouds, but from fear. Inside the Revenant, a voice message was recorded. One simple sentence. We laughed to be kind. We stayed quiet to be polite. But you kept pushing. It ended with a single image. Earth's blue oceans and a child's smile. And then, the Revenant disappeared. Just like that. No attack. Damage. Only a message. The Galactic Throne World held its breath. For the first time in history, the Empire's home planet had been entered by an enemy and left untouched. That was not weakness. That was power beyond imagination. Out in the farthest corners of the galaxy, aliens stood taller. If humans could walk into the heart of the Empire and leave without fear, maybe they could too. Laughter became a movement. Hope became a fire. And the Empire? It began to crack. Asterisk the Empire was silent. No. Ships moved. No commands were given. No threats were spoken, because fear had taken root where pride once lived. Above the galactic throne world, the black ghost ship the T-Dis Revenant had appeared without, warning, and disappeared just as quietly. No fire, no damage, just one message, and that message had echoed louder than any warcry. We laughed to be kind. Across the stars, beings of all shapes and colors replayed the video, again and again, not because they didn't understand it, but because it made them feel something they hadn't felt in a long time. Freedom. On slave worlds. Workers smiled in secret. On mining planets, children painted Earth's blue sky on cave walls. On distant moons, pirates toasted to the humans who made the Empire sweat. And then came the final signal from Earth, a global broadcast, simple, quiet, and short. Human child stood beside an elderly man. Behind them was a tree, green and strong. The man looked into the camera. To the galaxy, we didn't come to rule you. We didn't come to burn you. We came to live, to laugh, and to remind you, the Empire only has power if you believe. It does. He paused, then smiled. Start laughing. It breaks their grip faster than weapons ever could. That message spread like wildfire, not through military channels, but through old rebel networks, music channels, art circles, and comedy feeds. Laughter became resistance. Smiling became rebellion. And Earth? Earth became the galaxy's symbol not of destruction, but of defiance. In the Empire's high council chambers, the Empress stared at a single screen. It showed hundreds of species, all laughing. Not just at the Empire, but at everything the Empire stood for. Pride, fear, control, gone. She closed her eyes. This, she whispered, is worse than war. Meanwhile, in Earth's orbit, Commander Reed stood at the edge of the observation deck looking up at the stars. General Malik joined him. No missiles. No fleets, Malik said. And yet, we won. Reed nodded. We gave them something the Empire never could. Hope? No, he smiled. Permission to stop pretending they were weak. Weeks later, statues of emperors were pulled down across many planets, not by force, but by crowds of ordinary people. New flags rose, and almost all of them had smiles on them. Not of kings, not of warlords, but of humans. The Galactic Empire didn't officially fall. It faded, bit by bit, until it was just a memory. Until people said things like, "Remember when the Empire ruled everything?" And others replied, "Yeah." Until Earth laughed. Back in a quiet room on Earth, the little girl from the broadcast sat with her mother. Did we win? She asked. Her mother smiled. We helped others remember they could win too. The girl thought for a moment, then laughed. Her laugh echoed through the small house and into the stars. Asterisk.